Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be testing seeds/world. Going to be joining random Minecraft worlds and checking out the seeds, so the small area around spawn, along with hopping into the nether and giving you the seed number in case you want to check it out yourself. So let's get into it. So we spawned in an open plains biome, and I decided to give the world a second to load in before I grabbed myself a small map just to see the surrounding areas we were going to give a look at. So now that I have my map, I took a look at it to see that it's pretty much all a plains/forest with some few mountains. So all I'm doing is going around. I checked the water a little bit to see if I could see any visible boats or sunken ruins. Whatever was around, didn't see much. I found some little caves that I decided to dive into. Didn't find much in this one. Obviously, as you can see, I needed to grab my torches to see where I was going. But other than some iron and coal, there wasn't much in here. I kept looking around to see what else I could find before coming across another cave and decided to hop in this one as well to see what was around. And lo and behold, I found a skeleton spawner, which is great because it's right near spawn. Easy loot, easy XP if you want to farm it. And I went a little bit further in. It leads into a little bit of a big cave along with a mine shaft. I went a little bit deeper just to make sure that it wasn't just that singular part, and it does go further down, so you do have a complete mine shaft. You just have to get into the main front. So most of spawn is plains oak forest and some mountains, but I did end up finding a dark oak forest just along the brim of the map, along with a swamp just across the way, as you can see there. So there is a few variety. I went back to where I spawned in to start building a nether portal to check out what's inside. So let's hop in. So this nether spawn was inside a crevice or crack, whatever, and I did try and make a map. I did not realize that maps don't work in the nether. Yes, I am a noob. So as we headed out one of the higher sort of sides off the nether portal, there was a crimson biome, which is great if you like to build. And not only that, I also found a nether fortress right across the way, super close to where the nether portal spawns, which is great if you're looking for blaze rods or just wither skulls, whatever your Minecraft entails. I went out the other side into the same crimson biome, just different side of the forest, along with being able to still see the nether fortress, so no matter which way you go, you're able to access it quickly. I went back into the overworld to give my coordinates in case you want the same nether spawn, along with then giving out the seed number. In the next seed, we spawned in a spruce biome that in the map, you'll be able to see that it's completely around. It's a huge spruce forest with just a few water pockets. It's not the best spawn, and I went into some nooks and crannies, but I didn't see any good caves close by. But there is a village near spawn, which is great. You can raid them if this is a seed you want. Not far from the village, there's some surface ores along with a plains and mountains biome just across the way there. So there is other things than this giant forest and tons of mountains, along with a nice little lava waterfall, because who doesn't want that? Kept looking around to see if there was anything else interesting other than some pumpkins and pockets, so I went into a cave. It wasn't all too special, but it was pretty large and you had lots of options where to go. So that is an option if you're around here and you want some quick ores and materials. This is definitely the place to go into. I headed back to spawn to build the nether portal to see what was inside. We spawned inside a crimson biome and a nether fortress right across the way. That's right, with the blaze spawner on top, so it's pretty easy to get some loot. So looking around the surrounding area and the nether fortress, there was a soul sand biome not far, so if you need bone blocks for bone meal, otherwise that was about it. I did forget to take the coordinates, but here's the seed number in case you want to check it out. This spawn was pretty normal. It was just basically plains, oak forest, a bit of spruce and some mountains, so it's not all that exciting. I did go into a bunch of caves that were around just to see what was inside. A lot of them were dead ends, a few of them led a little bit deeper, so there is possibilities for getting lots of resources. Overall, the spawn area doesn't have much to offer. Yes, there's caves, but there's no spawners or villages nearby, so you would have to venture out quite far. So after that boring look around, I decided to go and build my nether portal, burn myself, and give you guys the coordinates before I headed in. Now, just like the overworld, the nether spawn wasn't great too. We had a warped biome along with a crimson forest, but other than that, it was pretty typical nether. I looked around, there was no fortresses or bastions, treasures, whatever, nothing that was around the portal spawn. So, little disappointing. Unless you just like collecting the wood and materials around, you could easily get that. With that, left the nether to find a piglin and join the overworld. Time for the seed number, in case for whatever reason you would like it. The fourth seed spawn, you end up in a swamp next to ice spikes, and looking at the map, you can see that you're surrounded by swamp and ocean, which is true. Looking around, the only other thing I found were some mountains with a bit of spruce, but for the most part, you're in a swamp. Now, I did try and look a bit underwater to see if there was any shipwrecks or anything of interest, but unfortunately I couldn't find anything, so I decided it was nether time. I did give my coordinates to my nether spawn, which wasn't really needed because all that was around was basalts and a small warped forest, plus obviously your normal nether, so nothing too exciting. With that, I did end up leaving the nether and giving you the seed in case it is one you want to go play. For our final seed, it spawned in a plains biome. There were mountains with spruce along with oak forests nearby. There was 2 or 3 ravines as well and a few caves with some surface ore. So there are a few things you can get. Otherwise, it wasn't too exciting like the first 2. After all that exploration, I decided it was nether time once again and gave my coordinates, hoping that this nether would have potential. Despite spawning near the edge, this nether wasn't all too bad, but I did end up getting lost and couldn't find my nether portal. But along the way through the basalts, there were warped forest on little cute islands, along with heading back through opposite way that I left the portal. There was a nether fortress, which, you know, is handy, but like I had said, I ended up having to make a new portal and adventure out that way. And there's the fortress that got me lost. That or my bad coordination skills. But I did remember to take my coordinates in case this is a seed you use and you want to know where one of the fortresses are. Now, remaking the portal, I ended up in a cave and decided to head up to the top to see how far away from spawn. I did find a mine shaft, so if you are using the seed and you want a mine shaft, just build a portal on the fortress and you're good to go. We did end up in an ocean far away from spawn, obviously, because of nether travel, but here's a seed in case you want to go play yourself. And that's all for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!